Hello and welcome to another exclusive review by me, Alex Belfield, here at celebrityradio.biz, where we just hit 63 million minutes viewed on YouTube. We're the number one reviewer of theatre in the UK and Las Vegas, and this week we're in East London at the gorgeous Brick Lane Music Hall, a beautiful gem of a theatre, arguably one of the best in the UK. It was originally on Brick Lane. Now it's nowhere near. In fact, it's out near Silvertown in West Ham, a largely industrial area. You go out on the DLR and you arrive and think, am I possibly in the right place? Well, you are. You approach the church from the station and you realise you are in a mecca of show business. The effort, the time and the energy that Vincent and his team have put into making this venue so incredibly special is astounding. It's a church of theatre and you feel spiritual when you're in it. It won't be long before the 30th anniversary and they continue to put out sellout shows throughout the year, each one produced by Vincent Hayes. A former actor and Pontin's Bluecoat, Hayes has always wanted to have his own theatre and he's done it. And he's done it spectacularly. It has a bar, it has a restaurant, it has live music, it has a phenomenal sound system, a gorgeous light system, and it's packed with on-stage talent. How could you lose? We decided to go for the afternoon performance of Big Dick Whittington. And the show began as you enter the building. It is a palace of show business. It's gorgeous. It's an old church, so it's just instinctively beautiful. And then you add Vincent's trimmings to it, and you have a fabulous afternoon of gorgeous entertainment. The meal comes, and it is quite lovely. It's served roasting hot. We had the soup and the chicken, and a lovely apple pie for dessert. It's standard fare, but done beautifully, and it's exactly what this audience want. It has to be said, this audience is not, well, spring chickens. There are quite a lot of silver tops, and during the show, Vincent Hayes makes big fun of this. One of the funniest lines in the show is, "You probably won't remember this tomorrow." It's a brave line that only a man of his seniority and his class and experience could get away with, and he pulls it off beautifully. So that's the setup of the Brick Lane Music Hall. Just go and see the venue. It is stunning. You can't lose. And then we get to the production itself. Big Dick Whittington. Well, what is this going to be? It's a relatively tiny stage, but huge ambition. They've got pros from across the industry working on this beautiful show to make it one of the most special I've seen in years. My initial fear with this pantomime was how could they stage it in such a small space? The stage has to be one of the smallest in the UK. But it has some of the biggest ambition, talent and creative. You could argue the smaller the space, the more you have to work to fill it, and they do beautifully. Directed by Vincent Hayes, Big Dick Whittington is a gem of a pantomime. It is beyond traditional. This whole place harks back to better times in variety when people like Danny LaRue were selling out 3,000-seater venues. In fact, there are many odes to Danny within the building. There's one of his frocks. And the whole place has the essence of what he was trying to achieve. People like him and Sir Ken Dodd, who just loved entertainment and variety. What Vincent has done is a 5-star achievement. The show is written by David Phipps Davis, and it's quite mucky, I have to admit. Well, when I say mucky, it's full of dick and pussy jokes, which you would expect with Big Dick Whittington, but it does push it, but in a very cute nudge-nudge, wink-wink way. There is no bad language, there's no swearing, but it is rammed with innuendo, which is right up my back passage. What's most beautiful about this show is it stars its director, Vincent Hayes, the man behind the Brick Lane Music Hall. Vincent is a very naughty boy. He doesn't seem to like working to a script. He likes going off it and making himself, his co-stars and the audience laugh. He comes up with new material every day just to throw in to keep the cast on their feet. They truly do not know what he's going to do next, which is fine at Brick Lane, but I don't think the big panto or musical producers would like him going off doing his own thing. That is why this is so special. It's organic, it's real, it's raw, and it's live. And that frisson of tension of what is he going to say next is what makes it so magical. There's some really lovely lighting in this show. In fact, the lighting is hugely impressive in the entire place from the minute you walk in. Kevin Roach is the man behind the lighting, set design by Chris Floyd. Some lovely choreography by Jordan Langford and Julie Cloak. Sound was magnificent, with special effects by Chris Draper, costumes by Frank Kershaw. Some lovely costumes too, far exceeding expectation. There's also added costumes by Silden Costumes and Annie Galbraith, who is of course Danny's former dresser, and wigs and jewellery were fabulous by Stephen Metcalf, who works tirelessly to push every show he works on to the next level. This show celebrates some beautiful talent. Amethyst Goslow Crossley, well, has the best pair of lallies I've seen on a stage in quite some time. As Big Dick Whittington, she steals the show just looking delicious. Meanwhile, Fairy Bell Bells has a stunning voice. Lucy Reed really is a piece of work. Gorgeous voice, opens the show and steals it from then on. Ben Hutt puts the C in cat and camp. Never a more mincy feline has there been on the stage. He does it brilliantly. Andrew Robley is Fanny Fitzbottom. No, we don't do double entendres, we do single entendres in this panto, and he's quite wonderful as the Dame, playing up against Vincent Hayes, who keeps him on his toes for sure. I was massively impressed by David Fitz-Davis, purely because of his voice. It's astounding. He's got that beautiful resonance that you so rarely get these days. He played King Rat magnificently. This is a star with the most beautiful voice and delivery. He played it perfectly. But the star of the show is without question Vincent Hayes. His charm, his warmth, his love for the theatre, the love he gets back, his audience adore him. You can't buy that. It's tremendous. Congratulations to Vincent and his team for a wonderful pantomime. Musical direction by Tom Martin and Andy on percussions. I've got to tell you, he does a great job. They're all fantastic, and to have live music in a theatre that size is incredible. And to see such joy from the audience joining in and the cast sounding fantastic is a huge tribute to the space and the technicians who make it happen. Congratulations to Big Dick Whittington, a 5-star pantomime. A little bit naughty, but also doused in fabulousness. Congratulations to the whole team. I can't tell you how impressed I am by Brick Lane Music Hall. The food, the atmosphere is intoxicating. It really is impressive. How fantastic. Congratulations to Vincent for a magnificent achievement in this glorious Palace of Show Business, the Brick Lane Music Hall. Just off the DLR, you can get it from Bank, and we look forward to returning throughout 2020. There are shows with matinees, evening performances and afternoon teas. You can go to their website, which is bricklanemusichall.co.uk. Big Dick Whittington will continue for an extra week. They've added another week. You've been listening to another review by me, Alex Belfield, here at celebrityradio.biz. You can check out all of our legendary interviews with people like Danny LaRue and Sir Ken Dodd via our YouTube channel at Celebrity Radio. Thanks for tuning in. Another 5-star review for Brick Lane Musical. Ta-da.